These credit card issuers, they have the right to say no to you simply for the reason of you hit up too many credit card issuers trying to get credit cards. With these pre-approval tools, this allows you to be more strategic with your credit card applications, helping you get the best cards and rewards without shooting yourself in the foot. A lot of credit card issuers are sensitive to hard inquiries, so you got to be smart when you time your applications. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Money Codes. My name is Joel. So if I told you there was a way to check the major credit card issuers' websites to see if you can get pre-approved without getting a hard inquiry, that's something that you probably want to know, right? So we're going to figure that out on today's video. I'm going to go over probably about 6 or 7 major credit card issuers, and I'm going to show you exactly where to go. So I'm going to walk you through how to see if you're pre-approved for some of the big names like American Express, Capital One, Chase, Citi, Wells Fargo, and Truist. We're going to go over all their websites so you can see firsthand what it looks like to see if you're pre-approved for one of their credit cards. Every time you apply for a credit card, the issuer pulls your credit report, and that's a hard inquiry. And too many of those can drop your score by 3 to 5 points for every single hard inquiry. But when you use a pre-approval link, they only do a soft inquiry or a soft pull, which has no impact on your score at all. So once you've already checked out some data points, you know your credit profile is strong, you've gotten a pre-approval offer, you're feeling confident, that's when you go ahead and you do your real application, and that's when you're going to get the hard inquiry, right? That's how we want to do it. For Amex, I'm going to show you how to get to their pre-approval page directly from their website, and then I'm going to put the link somewhere in the description. All right, guys, so now you can see I'm on the American Express website. If you click on cards at the very top, interested in Amex, see if you're pre-qualified. If I click on this, then we land on this screen where it says get matched with a personalized set of card offers using this tool. Sometimes you may go to a credit card issuer's website and they may call it a pre-approval link. Sometimes I've seen it as pre-qualified link. Sometimes I've seen it as like a credit card matching tool. You always want to make sure there's some sort of verbiage here that says you will not get a hard inquiry or this will have no impact to your credit profile. Something to that effect, that's what we're looking for before we start putting in our information. In the smaller print, it says, submitting this form and viewing your offers has no impact on your credit score. That's what we want to see. If you apply, get approved, and then choose to accept a card, your credit score may be impacted, right? So we went over that at the beginning of this video. You find a card that you like, you check to see if you're pre-approved or not. If it says you're pre-approved, you're looking good. Then you go ahead and finish the procedure, and that's when you're going to get the hard inquiry. And anytime you go to the site, the information that they ask is going to be pretty straightforward. They're going to ask you for your name, your home address, your zip code, and your state. Make sure your personal credit profile, your home address, whatever it is on your credit reports right now is up to date and accurate, and make sure that matches what you're putting in here, right? I've seen a lot of people with very good credit profiles, strong scores, but their personal information was inaccurate. They tried to go ahead and see if they were pre-approved, and they weren't. So we want to make sure everything is clean as possible. This is just another example where we want to make sure that your personal credit profile is in fact cleaned up. Now let's go down. They're going to ask you for the last 4 of your social. Most of these websites, when they're doing the pre-approval link, they're not going to ask you to put your full social security number. Most of the time, all you need is your last 4. Guys, I've heard all the strategies out there where people are coaching you to put a specific number amount because you're thinking that maybe American Express is not going to do a manual review and they're not going to check. Guys, just be honest when you put your information in here. That's all I can say. Then once you put that information in here, we click View My Offers, and then you're going to see whether or not you are pre-approved for any of American Express's card offerings, right? It's that simple, right? That simple. You can do the whole process in literally 2-3 minutes, right? So that's what it looks like for American Express. Now let's look at Capital One. This is Capital One, and you're going to see once again it says, see if you're pre-approved for card offers with no harm to your credit. That's what we want to see. No harm to your credit. Answer the question, see if you're pre-approved, and finish the application. That's when we get the hard inquiry. So now if you know which type of card you're interested in, you can go ahead and put that in here now, right? It doesn't make too much of a difference, but you can do that. It's going to ask you for the same information that we're already accustomed to. I'm not going to do that here. And then you're going to figure out whether or not you're pre-approved for Capital One. Now, let me go back here. With Capital One, and again, this is kind of why they get a bad rep. When you get approved for your Capital One credit card, whether it is on the personal side or the business, be prepared to get a triple pull. That means Your Experian, your Equifax, and your TransUnion are all going to get hit with a hard inquiry when you get approved, which is why a lot of credit card stackers, they're not huge fans of Capital One, because you're going to get hit on all three of your credit bureaus. But again, if this is something that you're looking to get, if you're a fan of one of their cards, it might be worth it for you, right? So that is Capital One. Now let's look at Chase. So now we're going to click credit cards, and then you're going to see if you're pre-approved. That's what we're looking for. See if you have pre-approved offers with no impact to your credit score. I want to highlight this every time we see it. This is all we want to look for. What are they going to ask for? Your personal information, your home address, the last four of your social, your gross income. That means you and your household together. How much are you guys making? Click the button and you're going to find your offers. It's very simple. Notice everyone is asking for basically the same information. What about Citi? We're going to go to Citi, credit cards, see if you're pre-qualified. Notice they're saying pre-qualified as opposed to pre-approved, right? Remember, I told you, depending on the site that you go, the verbiage might be a little bit different. But once we read it, we're going to understand it's pretty much the same story. And at this point, we should know what we need to be looking for. This will not affect your credit score. Every page you're on, before you're putting in your social, your last four of your social, your address, that's what you want to pay attention to. Personal information, authorization, that's it. Pretty straightforward. Now let's check out Wells Fargo. So now we're on the Wells Fargo website. Now let's do the similar thing we've been doing, which is clicking on the credit cards. Actually, we're going to hover over it. And then we're going to see right below it, see if you're pre-qualified. So check pre-qualified credit card offers, no impact to your score. They're going to ask you whether or not you are a Wells Fargo existing customer. In this case, we're going to click no. And then we're going to put in the same information, right? Last four of your social. Notice they're asking the same information. Authorize, hit continue. Then you're going to figure out which personal credit cards you're going to get pre-qualified for Wells Fargo. Okay, and finally, we're going to check out Truist. If we look at credit cards and we check for offers, you might be qualified for some special offers with no impact to your credit. This is what you guys need to be looking at. Putting in your information, putting your social, continue. Keeping your credit profile intact is vitally important, especially when you're trying to do something big like you're in the process of buying a home or a large loan, something like that. Anytime a lender looks at your credit report, they're looking for certain activity, and they do not want to see that you've been going to bank after bank after bank after bank to see who can give you any money. It looks desperate. That's why you want to be strategic on when you apply and when you get your hard inquiries. And I think I showed you guys this about a year or so ago. When we looked at the FICO denial reasons, too many hard inquiries is a legit reason for someone, for a bank, to say no to you. You might not have lates, you might not have collections, but if you have too many hard inquiries and you're trying to get a loan or a credit card or whatever you're trying to do, these credit card issuers, they have the right to say no to you simply for the reason of you hit up too many credit card issuers trying to get credit cards. With these pre-approval tools, this allows you to be more strategic with your credit card applications, helping you get the best cards and rewards without shooting yourself in the foot. And remember, guys, even when you go ahead and check to see if you're pre-approved or you're pre-qualified, there's no such thing as 100% guaranteed offers. When you put in your information, like the last four of your social, the bank does a soft pull to check your credit worthiness. They're looking at factors like your credit history, your score, to make the decision on offering you this pre-approval. So while it is a good indicator, it's not a done deal until you actually hit submit and get that hard inquiry. But at least we can improve our chances on making sure that we get the card that we actually want. And if you want to learn how your entire credit profile actually tells a story and actually dictates how you can get approvals, make sure that you are on our masterclass, which we're having this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. In order to join, it's absolutely free. Go down and join the MoneyCodez Insider community, and then you're going to get access to our exclusive link. We're going to show you not only how to access your credit profile, how to analyze it the same way a lender would, and if you have any derogatories, collections, things of that nature, we're going to show you how to use FDCPA and FCRA to fight back against these debt collection companies to clean up your credit once and for all and get these credit card products that you really want. All right, so that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go down into the comments, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you haven't already. We're putting out more content for you guys. More content is going into our exclusive community. Make sure you're in there. And aside from that, guys, I'll check you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Be blessed. Peace.